January is when everyone starts to try and lose weight, but that's usually also where it stops. You start fired up, you lock in for a few days, and the scale messes with you a little bit and you quit. I want to encourage you that I don't think it's that you're lazy, it's not that you're broken, it's just that you have a bad plan, and that's why every single year it fails. If you're around 300 pounds, or if you're a heavy person, losing 20 pounds in January will be easy. It'll start your year off well, and that motivation will continue throughout the year, and you'll actually reach your goals. In this video, I'm going to show you why big guys lose weight differently and how to keep that motivation going so that it lasts. I've lost 100 pounds myself and have helped hundreds of guys do the exact same thing. This isn't hype, this really works. So first, I have to prepare you for this journey. It's going to be a lot of fun at first, and it can stay that way if done right. Okay, so 20 pounds lost does not equal 20 pounds of fat. A lot of people know that that first little bit that you lose is water, but for some reason, that fact is just ignored a lot. A lot of what you initially lose is water and glycogen in the muscles, and it still is fun. It still is gonna make you feel like you are smaller because you're gonna reduce that inflammation, you're gonna feel a lot better. That early weight loss is water and inflammation, glycogen, all that stuff leaving the muscles, and it feels a lot better. Even if it's not true fat loss, it feels a lot better. A part of this video is going to be talking about walking as your cardio. So if you want a plan that is totally free and is going to help you lose 50 pounds, I have a walking off 50 plan that you can get in the description, pinned comment. You're going to absolutely love it because it's going to help you lose weight. And of course, it's John Cena approved. But the reason that I bring this up is because it sets you up for future disappointment. If that speed of weight loss that you experience in the first month, which is, the purpose of this video, but I don't want you to stop believing in February whenever it slows down a little bit. It's okay that it's going to slow down. Enjoy the fast weight loss at first. Your face is going to change a lot at first, and your waist. You're dropping a lot of that inflammation from around those areas. And so that's where you'll see it mostly. Maybe not so much in the belly, but definitely the waist, a little bit in the arms, and a little bit in the face. Next up is your biggest advantage when it comes to fat loss. So you got to make sure to use it. So your size is your superpower. Because you have a bigger body, because you're carrying around all that weight, it's as if a smaller person put on a really heavy backpack. They would suffer. So it is shocking. People who are smaller don't realize how difficult it is to carry around all that weight. You are scorching calories in comparison with other people with every single step you take. Just simply existing burns more calories. Breathing is more difficult and requires more calories. And so all of this stuff needs to be taken advantage of at this point. I wish that wasn't the case for you. I wish that you were lean and mean and didn't burn excessive amounts of calories with every step you take. But for now, since we have that superpower, we may as well use it and get out of this feeling of feeling overweight and like a fat slob. That means we have to stop dieting like small guys. And that is kind of the point of this point, is that because you're big, you need more calories. I can't tell you how many times guys have come to me and I'm working with them. We're eating, I'll recommend 2,500 or 3,000 calories, and they're always trying to eat like 1,800 or 2,000 calories or whatever. Even what I give a person at first is kind of low when a person is that big. If you're like 450 pounds, eating 3,000 calories, I promise you, is going to put you in a big deficit. But at that point, we need to save the person's life. And so I think it's more important to kind of push through that initial weight loss. But still, if a person eats too little and you're dieting like someone who's a lot smaller, you are going to suffer. Hormones are going to get all out of whack. You're going to stop, having the willpower to carry through with that tiny diet, and then you're going to quit. And I'm telling you, if you just ate a little bit more and you allowed the weight loss to be a little bit slower, you would reach all of your goals. Now we need to understand why most people fail around February so that you can keep going and be the 5% that actually makes it. So a lot of times January has this false attitude where punishment is mistaken for progress. This is things like feeling hungry is the only way to lose weight. I do think that usually whenever you're on a diet, there's gonna be times where you're gonna be feeling hungry, you're gonna go to bed a little bit hungry. But that doesn't really have to start until you're really starting to get lean. So right now, I don't think you should be hungry and suffering all the time. You also don't need to walk until you're in pain or work out so that you're so sore the next day that you know something happened. You don't have to do these. If you're new to this and you're putting yourself through that suffering, you will quit. Even if you're more advanced, I'm not so sore the next day that I have any sort of misery about it, I mean, I try to work out so hard that I get sore and, because I do like feeling like that, but it doesn't need to be painful. This is also things like doing too much cardio and just, if I go on the Stairmaster and my sweat line reaches to the bottom of my shirt, all that attitude, it needs to go. That is almost guaranteeing a February rebound because you're white knuckling through it and we're not made to suffer. The whole point of this video is that we're getting that initial weight loss, but we're doing it in a way that allows you to continue, because losing 20 pounds in January, to be honest, most viewers of this channel, is not gonna make a big difference in your life. It will set you up so that you feel the motivation to keep going And that will make a huge difference. But we got to have the right plan to keep going. And that's what this is all about. Okay, so now we're going to get into some more tactical stuff. And we're going to start with your cardio. So walking is way greater than cardio. And walking is cardio. But I'm talking like the HIIT, the high intensity stuff. You know, even like battle ropes, boot camp classes, anything like that. Walking is king of cardio for sure. It's low impact. And that is something that is so key. We have to protect your knees and your feet, okay? If those start giving out, it's really difficult to lose weight if you're not able to move very well. But it's very, very high return. Remember how I said that if you're a big guy, you lose more weight, you burn more calories and therefore lose more weight than people that are smaller than you. And that is because you're carrying around a backpack that no one else is carrying, okay? And so walking, man, even more so, this is good for you. This is about like accumulative effects. Walking kind of ticks away at the calories that you have stored. And so it's massive calorie burn for the week, like a weekly summary of calorie burn. And so consistency is really powerful. If a person really loved HIIT cardio or something or high intensity, which I do, I'm one of those people, I like going intense, then maybe doing that like 2 or 3 times a week would be okay if they enjoyed it and they weren't hurting from it. But they wouldn't be able to do that every day. So walking, if you're gonna press into walking, it needs to be very consistent, but you're not going to suffer. Where you have to give the extra amount compared to maybe some higher intensity stuff it lasts a little bit longer, right? Walking 20 minutes or 30 minutes for a big guy is going to be enough. But eventually, you know, walking a little bit longer would be good. But it's really the consistency that is difficult. And it's amazing though, because you don't suffer. You know, you don't feel like, oh, this is another workout that I have to get through. It's kind of nice. You can listen to a podcast or an audiobook or whatever, you know. And anyways, that is your golden ticket. In terms of step amounts, I would really try to build up to 8,000 steps. And then if you can, over the course of time, I'm talking over the course of like, you know, as you're losing weight, 6 months to a year, build it up to 12,000. If you're able to do that, right now, I'm not as heavy as most people watching this channel. I'm like 198 pounds. And I walk 14,000 steps a day because I'm so active at the gym. I'm not saying you have to necessarily do that, but I have to eat 3,500 calories to maintain my weight. It's nice. You know, I can have a cheat meal or whatever, and it's not going to dent my calorie limit for the day very much, so I can stay on plan a little bit better. And so that's why getting your steps up is just so powerful instead of just accepting that 5,000 is the way it is. As you progress and as you lose weight, your knees are going to, you know, be more willing to take you further. So use that extra fitness. Okay, next we have to protect our muscle through our diet, and that is going to be protein. You knew that was coming up somewhere. Protein kills hunger. It definitely keeps you more full. It is insane if you have a big bowl of chicken breast, 8 ounces of chicken breast plus beans and cheese, how hard that is to finish. It is just a big meal, but it ends up being like 450 calories. Of course, it preserves muscle while dieting, so it keeps your frame that as you lose weight, you don't end up with this skinny fat look that's hard to reverse because your metabolism's kind of junk at that point. So keep your muscle, eat the protein. That's around 1 gram per pound of body weight, but that's ideal body weight. Specifically for viewers of this channel, this might be you. You don't want to eat 400 grams of protein if you're 400 pounds, you know, so eat 200 grams of protein. That's what I was doing. I was focusing on 200 grams of protein. Sometimes it would sneak up to like 220, 230. And you know, it was hard to get good at that amount of protein, which, by the way, if you are struggling with your protein, my protein cookbook, totally free, delicious recipes. It's a lot of cheese sauces and stuff made with like cottage cheese and seasonings. It's delicious. That'll help you get to your protein goal for sure, because each one of those meals is like 50 or 60 grams of protein. So that's free in the comment and in the description. Protein, of course, you know, you may or may not know, burns calories just to digest it. Everything does, but just not very much. Fat's like 2% or something like that. Carbs are like 10% or 8%. And then protein is 25%. 25% of the calories that you're taking in have to be used just to break it down and digest it and make it usable. And so it's a superpower, really. If you have a lot of protein and you're taking a lot of steps, the number of calories you can take in. And that's why I think I'm able to eat 3,500 calories and not gain weight. Okay, the next one is something that if you are not ready for, you may quit this and it will screw you up long term. You're not gonna be successful if you quit. And that is lifting's delayed payoff. So a lot of guys, they want to go in the gym and lift, and that's good, but they got to keep it up. It's not that it's not rewarding them. Lifting a lot of times has this delayed payoff because in order to build muscle, you have to lift, and that muscle then increases your metabolism and really helps you scorch calories, but it takes a while to build that muscle. As you're lifting, inflammation happens in the muscle. The muscles literally swell and get a little bit bigger because they're damaged, and that can throw off the numbers on the scale as well. Especially for big guys, you probably have a lot of muscle, believe it or not. probably have a lot of muscle under all that fat. And so more muscle means you have the capacity to damage more tissue, and that tissue will inflame even more. And then you're gonna be carrying more weight on the scale. So don't let that derail you, okay? Trust the system, stick with it, and you're going to have success. But lifting has got to be key in there. That way you keep your muscle, and build up your metabolism, making it easier and easier and easier to lose weight as time goes on. It's really nice as you lose weight and as you lose that fat to see that shape underneath, to see your shoulders coming out, to see your arms have a shape that you're like, man, I'm feeling kind of jacked. And that really helps your motivation. The goal here is to lift hard. Just look up any plan on Google or whatever, or leave a message or leave a comment in the video here, and I'll send you my tool to put together a program. But it's not so much what you're doing. I mean, yes, there is, correct things to do, but a lot of programs online, there's nothing magical about them. It's about how hard you're doing it. So if you're hitting each body part around 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week for the smaller ones, but 3 total body workouts a week, we'll just call it that. If you're working them out hard and you're doing 2 to 3 sets per workout, you're gonna get 6 to 9 sets for the week, and you're doing that hard, you're going to gain muscle. But go balls to the wall, push yourself until you can hardly move the weight anymore. Now, maybe at first you don't. If you're brand new to this, you just go through the motions, try to get good form on your presses and your pulls and all that stuff. But after a while, let's say after about 3-4 months, you get used to lifting a little bit, push until the bar slows down and it's hard to get it up. Because at that point, you are getting into the muscle building rep range that is going to, or the muscle building intensity, whatever rep range you're using, you're gonna be getting that muscle building intensity, and it is going to help you have the best shape you have ever thought possible. As a big guy, if you're anything like me, I never thought it was possible to look the way that I look. I'm not saying I'm like GQ's like sexiest man or something. I'm just saying that I never thought it was possible to have the shape that I have, because under, that self-loathing, all those years of just feeling bad about yourself didn't make me believe it was even possible. Okay, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna put all this together into the mindset and the real win if you follow this video's advice. So 1, 20 pounds lost with no misery. I don't know why I wrote doesn't equals, whatever. 2, you're gonna have a huge confidence boost in how you look and feel, but also that you have the ability to do this because you weren't suffering. 3, movement feels much easier to maintain because you're not doing really hard cardio. You're just like, hey man, I'm getting my steps every day. I can do this. And then number 4, most important, is you're in control. I bet you've never really felt in control because, and the reason I know this stuff, the reason like I feel people, because I talk to people at the gym a lot too, and the reason they're like, dude, it feels like you're reading my mind is because I am one of you, okay? I have not been ripped. Look through my videos, even whenever I've been making videos. I've been a trainer for 10 years. I've been overweight for a long time, and cycled up and down and stuff. And there's stories to that, and there's reasons behind that, but still, I am one of you, okay? So that pain that you feel, that lack of belief that you have, the reason all of this might really be making sense with you is because I understand. I bet you have never felt in control. I bet you've always thought, when's the shoe gonna drop? When am I gonna gain the weight back? But you don't have to feel that way. If we take our time and we follow this system that I just laid out, watch some of my other videos, it's hard to make a video that is all encompassing. Maybe I should make a deep dive soon, but follow the video's advice and you will make it. There's gonna be no more starting over. You won't have to do this again next year. This is your year. You can do it. And if you wanna be ready for how it feels more than just like what to do, watch this video next, because I've been through this and I'll go through it with you.